Remember the flam? To refresh, it is one tiny baby note, or grace note, followed by a larger fundamental note. Today, we're going to give our buddy Flam a little friend named Tap. Tap comes right after the flam. And if we have a right-handed flam, our tap, which comes right after, is also with the right hand. Same with the left hand. So if we have a left-handed flam, the tap is with the left hand. Flam, tap, flam, tap, flam, tap, flam, tap. So once you've practiced a few right-handed flams followed by taps and left-handed flams followed by taps, we're going to start alternating those flams. And that looks something like this. Right, tap, left, tap, right, tap, left, tap. Now, if you watch closely, as I play the tap that comes right after, so right, tap, my left hand is going to go up. So I didn't do it then, but I'm going to do it now so you can watch. So right, and then my left hand goes up on that tap. Do that again. So right, left hand goes up on right tap. And try the opposite of that. So if we have a left hand, left, right hand goes up. Left, right hand goes up. So once you practice that motion, we can put it together really slowly. So right, right tap, left hand goes up. Left, left tap, right hand goes up. So once you practice that motion a few times, you can start putting it together and get a little faster. Make sure your taps are still taps. Now the cool thing about this rudiment is that if you speed it up and you isolate one of the hands, it is just one E and, one E and, one E and, over and over again, just groups of three. So I could do the same with my right hand. One E and, one E and, one E and, one E and, one E and. So today I'm going to teach you how to build upon working with those groups of three. So starting by working on the bare bones, which are just each hand, and growing to play the Flam Tap exercise, or the Flam Tap rudiment in its completion, but by first stripping it down. So this is a little exercise which starts with what I just played, one E and, one E and. We want to make sure that the first note in each of those groups is accented. So one E and, two E and, three E and, four E and. And then with the left hand, one E and, two E and, three E and, four E and. Then we're going to add in a little grace note before each of those. And this grace note is going to be with the opposite hand that is leading. So it sounds something like this. Notice how my left hand stays down pretty much that whole time. And we'll do the same with the right hand. Now the third line is probably the trickiest because it has two flams written in there. And it'll be pretty much half of this. So it'll be a flam and then a tap and then a second flam that is alternated. So make sure that you're not trying to play this flam as a right-handed flam, that you're playing it as a left-handed flam. So if we do right, right, flam, right, right, flam, right, right, flam, right, right, flam. We got to remember to keep those grace notes really low to the head and really make the accents pop. So instead of being, we don't want that. We want those taps to be just at like really quiet, almost just as quiet as the grace notes. So like this. You should really hear it. Those taps are really quiet. So really work on that, both right hand and left hand lead. And then finally, we're gonna put it all together and alternate, do the alternated Flam Tap rudiment in its completion. and that sounds something like this. So usually when I play this exercise, I do a measure of right hand, a measure of left hand, measure of right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. And then the bottom one I just played right hand lead. But it should be about 8 measures, and you should probably practice this with a metronome. I don't have mine on me today, but I'm just going to play this at a moderate tempo so you know what it sounds like in its completion. This is the Flam Tap exercise. Hopefully you've enjoyed this lesson and you found parts of it useful. If this does not make sense to you, then back up and work on just your independent Flam Tap sound. So right, 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 and then start to work on that alternated sticking. If this doesn't make sense, that's totally fine. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and happy practicing.